Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela, and in today's video I want to do sort of a mustardy eye look using this shade in the e.l.f. Opposites Attract palette, this shade Happy, this like mustardy color here. So yeah, let's just get started. So I'm gonna prime my lids with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I'm almost out. Okay. Now I'm going to use the shade Saucy as my transition shade. Okay. Next, I'm going to take this shade Warm and take it lower into my crease and on the outer edge. Now I'm gonna go back in with Saucy just to make sure that she's still very much there. Next, I'm going to take the shade Happy and put this all over the lid. Like I said in my previous video with this palette, if you haven't seen that, I'm going to go ahead and link it up above and also down below. But this palette is very powdery. See all that like kicked up? It's very powdery. But the pigmentation is pretty good on this palette, so for $14 you really, you know, it's kind of like, you know, because Anastasia's palettes kick up a lot, but they're, you know, super pigmented and they're $45. So Happy is not really making me happy, but sorry. This one needs a little bit of building. I'm actually gonna try this with my finger. See, like it swatches really nicely. Just gonna blend out those edges. So before I move on to the lower lash line, there is something else that I want to add. When you're doing your makeup, like normally, like whenever you're first starting out doing eyeshadows, people tend to not blend enough. But once you've been doing your makeup for a while, you may have the tendency to overblend, and it's very important not to overblend with this palette, because if you do, your shadow will like kind of kick off, because it's so powdery that if you overblend, like it'll just vanish off your eye. Okay, so especially with this shade here, I was like packing and pressing to try and get the pigment to where I want. This is the only shade I think that I've encountered where the pigmentation was kind of you know what I'm saying. So sorry if you hear that, that's a trash truck. But anyways, so yes, if you do have this palette, or you are thinking about getting this palette, it's just something to keep in mind, to blend enough, not too much. And yeah, so I'm going to take, I don't really want the mustard shade on my lower lash line. I just feel like that would look kind of weird. So we're just gonna take Saucy, which is that like nice pretty peachy color here, and I'm gonna run this. And I'm gonna take Warm, which is that warm brown that we used. I'm going to take this shade Fresh on my brow bone. Okay, so here's what the eyes are looking like. I'm going to add this Scone Insanely Intense Tattooed Waterproof Liner in Jet Black. I wish that I had a brown liquid liner, but I do not. And then for mascara, I'm going to take the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look. This shade right here, I had to layer and layer and layer to get this level of pigment. And I even tried off camera using some concealer first and then putting the shadow on top. Don't do that. Don't do that. It like balled up. Don't do that. But all the other shades in this palette blend out, well, the shades that I've used blend out pretty well. Like this Saucy shade is beautiful. This warm brown is really pretty. In my last video I used Wise, and Wise was really pretty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that there's probably a few more shades in here that are like Happy, where they kind of fluff off if you blend them too much. They're not super pigmented, low-key patchy. That's pretty much my thoughts on this palette, which I did a pretty more in-depth review on in my last video with swatches and things like that. But in this video, I really wanted to do a mustardy eye look using this palette, since it's so affordable, and you know, pretty much anybody could get this palette. But I'm pretty sure there's probably better mustards out there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, the subscribe button, okay? leave me a comment. If you have this palette, leave me a comment and tell me what you think of it, or if you were thinking about getting the palette or something of the sort. Just leave me a comment, engage with me. Let's have a conversation in the comments below. Okay? So again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.